Alright, give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Shem Mashai, that want us to, great millstone, who do want to teach well. This is Ecclesiastes 7:1. A good name is better than precious ointment in the day of death, better than the day of one's birth. A good reputation is more valuable than costly perfume. NLT version, and the day you die is better than the day you were born. I believe Job said it. Cursed be the day that I was born. So you're not supposed to take pride in your birthdays. And you see your wisdom for life in NLT version, wisdom and folly contrasted, right? And this is a book of wisdom, Ecclesiastes, Proverbs. I believe they're all put in the Kathawabium. That's the way you say that in the Paleo. Modern Hebrew calls it a Ketuvim. Tanakh. It's Torah. That's the I think it's Naba Ya'ayam, which is the book of the prophets, and then Kathawabium, I believe that's how you say it, which means writing. So it's the law, the prophets, or the prophecies, and the writings, and that pretty much makes up the entire book of the scriptures. This is a part of the Kathawabium, or the writings. This one of Solomon, as you all know. You got Sirach and so on and so forth, right? Songs of Solomon, Wisdom of Solomon, all that, right? It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Better spend your time at funerals than at parties. After all, everyone dies, so the living should take this to heart. Solomon taught a lot about this. There's one thing that comes into us all, one evil under the sun comes to everyone, and that's death. This another scripture says better to be living something than a dead lion, or something like that. But you can look that up for yourself. It's better to be living than to die, because there's no remembrance of you. You die, you forget everything you did in that life. In process of time, people forget about you. Like, I have ancestors in my family line, I don't know their fucking names. All my, family members and, previous lives that I possibly could have. I don't fucking know that. That stuff is gone, bro. I know that, certain people came from, like, Europe on, like, my father's side, but man, I don't know all that fucking history. I don't know where the fuck they came from, so I couldn't fucking tell you even if I wanted to. And to be honest, I don't give a shit. All I know is that I'm Israelite. I'm of the tribe of Judah. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care about the little nitty gritty. I'm gonna take a DNA test. I'm gonna go on man, I don't give a fuck. Man, I just know that I'm a Judite, alright? And yes, Europeans can be Judites too, okay? Just because you from Europe don't mean you're Edomite. Or you have family members that are from Europe. Don't make you an Edomite because you got an ancestor that's European. They don't make you a damn Edomite, dude. Or I don't want to talk too much about my family, but I've already spoke about it many times. You can go look it up. But it don't make you an Edomite, because you got Judah and Sicily, across England, Ireland, Scotland, England, Britain, that whole landmass. You had Jakes all over there. So, Judah, you don't gotta be Nigerian or I don't know, like Nigerian, like from Ghana or something, or from like West Africa, or from Congo or something, to be considered to be, a Judite. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. Right? Sorrow is better than laughter, for sadness has a refining influence on us. Yeah, that's right. Like it talks about in let's try the second chapter. I talked about it today. Gold is tried in the furnace. Gold is tried in the fire. So are acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. And acceptable just means one that's able to be accepted, one that's capable of being accepted. Accepted to what? To the kingdom. So, men accepted to the kingdom, exceptional men, and men who are going to rise above the wickedness and the evil of this world. Um, you know, they got to go through that affliction, and part of that affliction is the sadness. You know, I mean, of course you take what you do to the best of your ability cheerfully. You know, but at the end of the day, I mean, if you have the choice of being afflicted or not being afflicted, you would, of course, choose not to be afflicted. And it's saddening, you know, but you just gotta always remember that there's a reward at the end, you know, so, and stick to it, you know, like when you work out, it hurts at first, but at the end, you get a nice physique, and people look up to you and admire you. Just fucking stupid, but that's alright. You know, people fucking, hey man, whoa man, you got muscles and, but I mean, like, what about that I teach, huh? How about that? How about you people, instead of whoa man, he has a chest and he's tall and he got arms. How about you just come here and look at the scriptures? How about that? How about we admire people for looking into the scriptures and learning, you know, and having knowledge of the scriptures and preaching the right thing. You know, I get hate for that, but worldly stuff, everyone loves you. Fucking full of shit. Whole world is full of shit, as we all know. World's under darkness, dark vibration. Um, great darkness to people, all of it. Heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools in the house of mirth. Yeah, so the heart of the wise in the house of mourning, because it's a time of mourning. Like it says in I think it's Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. There's a time to everything under the sun. You know, and the second Ezra talks about the grain of the balance is in the Lord's hands. Roughly paraphrasing, the Lord controls everything in a balance. So um, everything is in the Lord's power. He controls everything, man. And this is a time of mourning. What the fuck is it to be happy about? Chances are you're in a society. You probably don't have a mansion. You're probably unhappy. Probably working at a shitty job. If you do have a family, your family's probably shit. Family probably just thinks of you as a fucking tool. Only want to use you. The minute you lose your money, your family will fucking forget you even exist. Never forget that. The same family. Oh, we love you, we love you. These are the same people, which is prophecy. They're gonna start turning on each other. They might even turn on you. Chances are they're gonna turn on you. You know you involved in this thing. The chances are they're gonna say, hey, that guy, he has a bounty on his head. So, that brother, well, he got a $150,000 bounty. Man, let me see if I could. Let me see if I could kind of, go to the police and get this guy jammed up. You don't trust anyone, man. Trust the Al Bashim Shai. Right? Don't trust these fucking people. All of them are full of it. NLT, a wise person thinks a lot about death, while a fool only thinks about having a good time. And that's right. Because you have to be conscious of both things, Because, within this truth, especially us brothers, we're risking our necks out here bringing this truth, I've exposed some pretty, high-power stuff. We've all exposed some pretty high-power stuff about the government and government collusion and, Operation Gladio and, the attack on the USS Liberty, stuff they don't like to talk about, stuff that gets pushed under the rug, so to speak. And not just talking about stuff that happened, 400, 500 years ago, that they did. We bring out a lot of stuff that happens recently. The terrorism attacks that they blamed on communists, that was really dumb. All that stuff. We bring it all out. We find these guys online that be exposing them, these whistleblowers, and then we propagate it and we bring out the scriptures to show you how much of a fucking snake you are. Right? Damn devils. So yeah, we're risking our necks. We bring you the whole picture. Right? Because Surely the Lord do nothing, reveals the secrets unto his servants, the prophets. I think it's like Amos, the 7th chapter, right? So, if you're wise, then you be in a house of mourning, right? Verse 5 is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for men to hear the song of fools. NLT, better to be criticized by a wise person than to be praised by a fool. So it's better to take the rebuke, whoever it is, whether the rebuke is directly pointed at you or you're watching a video and it happens to rebuke you and you happen to get cut. It's better to hear that than to hear a song of fools. In the LT version, better to be criticized by a wise person than to be praised by a fool. Right? Because the praising of a fool is meaningless. It's nigga babble. It's all it is. Parties. It's just nigga babble. You go around your family, it's nigga babble. You go watch a nigga event, or you go to here, you go there, nigga babble. You hear these talk shows, it's just nigga babble. There's a couple of black alternative news spaces that are pretty good, but besides that, this is other shit. It's nigga babble. We don't got time for nigga babble. All right, these people out here in the world, they speak. What comes out their mouth? Nigga babble. Nigga speak. All right, we don't have time for nigga speak. I don't want to hear nigga speak. Nigga come out here with nigga speak, I'll be like, I'm just gonna keep talking, man. I'll tell you you're off, but you want to stick around, man, that's up to you, but I'm done talking to you. Like Scripture says, I think it's the Titus, first chapter, I believe, at the first, second admonition, reject. Try to rebuke him once, twice. Sometimes you ain't gotta bother. Someone could be just so bugged out. You're like, what? I can't. You try to get a word out edgewise, and they just go on a fucking tirade and walk down the street. Don't even bother. Lord, you're edifying it, and that is it.